The Amazon is by no means the safest place in the world. There are toothy piranhas and caimans, powerful anacondas, creepy parasites, and the river itself is unpredictable. However, there are other dangerous rivers in the world. Some are home to real monsters, some are home to man-eaters, and some are so dirty that even touching the water can be life-threatening. In this episode, I'll show you these rivers that are 100 times more dangerous than the Amazon. Let's go. Congo River. I think everyone knows that the Amazon is the largest river on Earth in terms of volume of water, length, and basin area. The Congo River also has its own title. It is the deepest river on the planet. Its maximum depth is 722 feet, which is incredible for a river. But the Congo River is dangerous not only for this. Firstly, this African river is very restless. In many ways, the Congo River is not like a river, but like a horizontal waterfall. Almost all along the river, you can find a lot of rapids, bubbling areas, and rifts. It seems as if you're swimming in some kind of boiling cauldron. In addition, in the rainy seasons, the Congo River behaves extremely unpredictably and bursts its banks. Even professionals do not always cope with crossing this river. As if that wasn't enough, the Congo River also boasts some dangerous creatures. Perhaps the main of these is the Goliath tigerfish. This is a real river monster that grows over 4.2 feet long and weighs about 110 pounds. In the mouth of this fish, there are 32 teeth resembling fangs, and it doesn't mind to demonstrate them in practice. Goliath tigerfish attack many local animals, are not afraid to attack even crocodiles, and also pounce on people. In the Congo River, you cannot relax for a second. Even in a boat, a person can be in danger because at any moment a hippo can jump out of the water. These giants are numerous in this region, and they often attack hesitant fishermen. Buffaloes, crocodiles, and some other animals are also dangerous for locals and tourists. And the cherry on top is the Mokele Mbembe. This mythical monster is believed to live in the Congo River. Outwardly, it resembles the Loch Ness Monster. It's a huge and long creature which was caught on camera several times. Scientists still haven't confirmed its existence, but the locals are sure. The Mokele Mbembe is definitely there, and it's one of the main threats of the Congo River, which can even stop the flow of the river. Ruzizi. There are other dangerous rivers in Africa, such as the Ruzizi. This river in Central Africa is much like other rivers on the mainland. Here you can find many dangerous African animals, for example hippos or crocodiles. But the main danger of the Ruzizi is a particular crocodile named Gustave. This toothy monster is a real living legend of the river because he's a man-eater. The huge crocodile lives on the territory of the country of Burundi, where it has long been frightening the locals. It's believed that during his long life, Gustave has eaten at least 300 people, and someone is sure that Gustave has sent several thousand people to Kingdom Come. In addition, he more often than other crocodiles eats huge animals like buffaloes and hippos. Scientists believe this is because the size of the giant is too large for him to satiate with the standard prey. Needless to say, people have repeatedly tried to catch and eliminate such a dangerous individual, but all operations to catch the crocodile failed. Neither firearms and dynamite nor traps work against Gustave. They leave only minor damage, and the giant himself always escapes from the chase. Thanks to this, the Ruzizi River is considered an incredibly dangerous place. Kali. Man-eaters can also be found in Asia. The Kali River, which flows through Nepal and India, is home to the Bagarius girelli, or the Goonch catfish. These catfish are very large. The largest are up to 6.5 to 10 feet long and weigh from 170 to 330 pounds. Like Gustave, these catfish lack usual prey, so for decades they've preferred to prey on humans and large livestock. Locals assured that the goonch waits for the right moment at the bottom of the river. When it smells something edible, it rises to the surface, grabs the prey, and drags it to the bottom, where it eats it so greedily that it leaves not even bones from it. Unfortunately, since the 1990s, there have been several cases of goonch catfish attacking local residents. There are several theories as to why this may be happening, and one version seems to be as close to the truth as possible. There's a reason to believe that the catfish's unusual food habit developed because of funeral pyres. After funeral pyres are held, the locals release the remains of dead people into the Kali River, which are eaten by the river dwellers. The goonch liked the new diet, and over time these catfish began to eat not only remains but also live humans. Parana River. The Parana River flows in South America. It is the second longest river on the continent after the Amazon. The river is spacious, wide, and convenient, so it's often used as a channel for navigation. In addition, the river passes through the territory of 3 countries at once, which means that it's convenient and profitable to use for trade. At the same time, the river cannot be called safe. First of all, the river has a strong current. In addition, there are uncontrolled floods. The Parana River flood means disaster and death for all living things near it. Some of the Parana's inhabitants are also dangerous. Piranhas pose the greatest threat. In general, the danger of these fish is often exaggerated. These fish are not capable of killing a human. They're generally afraid of us. On the other hand, they can attack a person, and it was on the Parana River that a terrible incident occurred. In 2013, more than 70 people were bitten by piranhas on an Argentine beach on the banks of the Parana River near the city of Rosario. This was an abnormal behavior of piranhas because they do not bite often, and a mass attack of piranhas is something extremely rare. There's another dangerous river in South America, the Orinoco. It flows mainly through Venezuela. Piranhas can also be found here, but in addition to them, there are other dangerous creatures. For example, Orinoco crocodiles. These are, by the way, one of the rarest crocodiles on the planet, which are now on the verge of extinction. But rare doesn't mean harmless. These giants grow up to 16 to 20 feet in length. They use their size successfully, eating very large creatures. Their diet includes caimans, anacondas, capybaras, and sometimes an Orinoco crocodile can attack a person. Piaras are also found on the Orinoco. They're also known as vampire fish. The name is apt because the teeth of these monsters match those of vampires. These monsters are more than 3 feet long and weigh about 44 pounds, which allows them to eat even piranhas. The piara attacks the prey from above, pierces it with its 4-inch long fangs, and swallows it whole. It's creepy. Finally, it's in the Orinoco where electric eels are most common. These creatures can shoot charges of electricity up to 860 volts. An electric shock by an adult electric eel can shock a horse, finish off an alligator, or neutralize a human. A person can lose consciousness if an eel electrocutes them, and in the water, this is extremely dangerous. Buriganga River. There are rivers that are dangerous because of their inhabitants or strong currents. The Buriganga River is another case. It's a calm river with shallow depths where you're unlikely to find deadly beasts. It's hard to find any at all because it's a very dirty river. Many call it the most polluted river on the planet. In some places, the river is black and smells very bad. Drinking from this river is strictly forbidden. It's dangerous to have any contact at all with the water from the Buriganga River, but the locals of Bangladesh don't pay attention to this. They don't have many other options, so they use the river for bathing and washing clothes. Also, the Buriganga River is an important transportation artery of the country. It's also almost the main landfill site in Bangladesh. More than 2.1 million cubic feet of industrial and toxic waste are poured into the river every day. Because of this, the river is recognized as biologically dead. You can see it in Spain. The Rio Tinto River flows there. Outwardly, it's one of the most beautiful and unusual rivers in the world. Not everywhere you can see a river of bright red color, but it's that color that tells you it's dangerous. The Rio Tinto has been mined for thousands of years for various metals and other minerals. As a result of erosion and mining, the water of the Rio Tinto has become extremely acidic. According to scientists, the Rio Tinto's acidity is close to that of gastric juice. This is dangerous for any creatures, so the river is essentially dead. Only anaerobic bacteria that feed on iron live in it. Interestingly, the extreme conditions in the river may be similar to conditions on other objects in the solar system that contain liquid water, particularly beneath the surface of Mars. Ganges. The Ganges is the main river in India. Moreover, it is a sacred river. In Hindu mythology, the Ganges is considered a heavenly river that descended to earth, so Hindus have been making pilgrimages here since ancient times. But no matter what history this river has, it's hard to deny the fact that the Ganges is very dangerous. It's muddy, and at the same time you can find many dangerous animals in the river and on its banks. It's a real combo. As for animals, there are various crocodiles, mostly gharials. In general, these crocodiles are considered not very dangerous. They rarely attack people, but still, sometimes it happens. There are other, more formidable toothy creatures. Also near the Ganges, you can often encounter Bengal tigers or leopards, which are not used to be friendly with people. There are also venomous snakes on the banks of the river. As for the river itself, the deceased are often cremated in it and their ashes are scattered. Many locals believe that only through this ritual the deceased can reach eternal liberation. Sometimes, however, the ritual is performed differently, and those who cannot afford such a procedure simply dump the bodies into the river. The rituals take place very often, so you can imagine what goes on in the Ganges. All this could not but affect the general sanitary condition of water in the river. At the same time, residents of India bathe in the Ganges, wash clothes there, and even drink water from the river at their own risk. As a result, they very often pick up serious diseases. According to estimates, every year the Ganges River, in one way or another, takes the lives of 600,000 to 1.5 million people. That's all, guys. Which of these rivers would you like to see in person? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and see you later.